Hi guys, Nick from HiFi Collective here. Just a quick video today because I'm building a cable for a customer using the Neotech NES-3004 II alongside the Neotech NC01675RH, which is this plug here. Now, if you have a closer look at this, you'll see that, I mean, you could solder this plug, but you're going to need a lot of heat because you can see how thick the actual metal is here. Now you can see there's two grub screws here. So you've got this one, which basically is quite short. Now, when that is screwed tight, it clamps down onto the actual cable, the outer sleeve, and then this one, the inner, is a lot longer. So this will clamp down on the wire. Now, I don't like to use bare wire like that because if you clamp down on the wire, as you turn the screw, you're going to be ripping off bits of flecks of the strand. So I'm using these cable end sleeves. These are WBT cable end sleeves. And I'm going to solder them as well because I do like that joint that goes on. Now, the issue when you use these kind of plugs is you've got to determine the actual diameter of the cable end sleeve on top of the actual wire, because as you can see from the sleeve, you've got to have these screws kind of flush. Let's do this one up. There, you can see there that it comes from this end, actually runs a lot over the top of the screws. Now, if they're slightly raised, you're going to struggle to tighten these. I mean, the great thing about these banana plugs is that as you screw them tight, you can see the banana expands the male part, giving a really tight contact onto the binding post. So we've got two sizes. This customer wants bi-wired. So this end, obviously the blue, well, not obviously, the blue signifies the base. It's a slightly thicker wire. I'm going to deal with the speaker end, sorry, the amplifier end. So you can see that all the four wires bound together is pretty thick. So I'm going to just give it a light soldering just to keep its form. Just all the way around. Nothing drastic. Now we're going to put one of these on the end. You can see that's quite a tight fit. That's quite nice. And I'm going to cut a bit off the end. So that you can see it squishes it out, so I'm going to circle it again, just bring it out a bit more. And then I'm going to put some grooves down. You can use crimping pliers, but this is a bit of a blunt pair of cutters. So I'm going to push it down onto the wire like that. You can see I haven't cut the surface of the copper cable end sleeve, so it's a bit flat. I'm just going to drop some solder down the top. Like so. Nothing drastic. Just keeps it all together. All right, before I do anything with this, I'm going to put the shell on. So, which one is this? This is the red one, so I need a black one. Well, in this case it's white, so just popping that on there. Right, so I know I built up the width of the actual cable using lots of layers. I'm trying to heat shrink. It's building up to make it wide enough. So I know that I'll be able to get quite a nice tight join not a join, just to hold, clamp the wire in place. So I'm going to loosen off these screws. And that one. Looking at that, I think that's a bit too fat, so I'm going to use the vise. You need a proper metal vise for this, and just tighten it up a bit. Because remember, you want the screw to be flush with the body. So that'll go all the way through. Oops. So you want it on its side there. And then I'm gonna tighten up both, but not fully tight. I'm going to go back to that one. See, now I'm having to put some force in, which is good. So I've gauged it about right. There. And then this one to keep the wire in. So you can see there that the screw is flush. It goes below the body. So I know that when I put the sleeve on like this, it's going to go up and over it quite easily. Like that. All good. So that's the amp end. Just at the other end, now you'll see that the wire's a lot thinner here. I've built up the layer, so I know that's about right for this connection. But this needs to be made bigger. So I'm going to solder, just tin that. Just to keep it together. Just a little bit solder, not too much, just to keep it nice. And then I'm going to pop this on over the top, like so. But you can see it's loose. So we need to bulk up the contents of what's inside that cable end sleeve. So this is pure silver wire, 1 mil. So just going to put one in, push it all the way down, snip it. Next one, just going to put 2 in, 2 is usually enough. Push it all the way down. That's it. And then I'm just going to clamp it a little bit. Not too much, because you don't want to cut the thing there. Then I'm going to take the top off it a bit. I'm going to dump some solder down there. Just to keep it all together. So I'm using Mundor 3.8% silver gold content, great solder. My go-to. So then, don't forget, oh, we need another black one. That's red, black. When I say black, I mean white, because the logo is white on there. So that goes over the top. Get rid of that. And then open up the screws. Both of them. Slip it over. Way in there. And again, tighten them both up, but not too tight. So if you find you've done it and it's too fat, then pop it in the vise and just clamp it a little bit, take a few micromillimeters off, and then make sure you use a screwdriver that fits quite right. So again, that's flush, it's all good. And if it gets worse, to the point you can actually file down the top if you wanted to. And that goes over nicely. You can screw it up. It's done. Brilliant. So now I'll do the rest of it and it's all sorted.
Just before I sign off, I want to say a big thank you for watching our videos. Like and subscribe, and follow us on all the social network platforms. See you later.